Hello there and welcome. Thank you for joining me here in this presentation today. I'm going to make this short and to the point because I don't want to waste any of your precious time. My name is Jason Willis and I come to you today on behalf of Team 1K Rhinos. We are a team of individuals much like yourself. We have full lives, we have families, we have jobs. When you cut us, we bleed. But there are some very unique things, some things that make us different from normal people. Allow me to take just a moment to explain to you what I mean by that. Being a part of the middle and lower class, it's hard and it's painful. We know that money can't buy happiness, but let us not be silly about this. It's hard to be broke. It hurts, it sucks. Eating ramen noodles gets really old really fast. It's hard having to tell our children that they can't do the extracurricular activities because we don't have the money for it. It's hard going to a job day in and day out knowing already that there's no room for growth, there's no room for advancement. Face it, when the recession hit, it punched us in the gut. It knocked the wind out of us. A lot of us find ourselves in these situations where we're working for some company and there's nowhere to go. We're simply waiting for someone to die before there's going to be a position open. That's a horrible way to live. What makes us 1K Rhinos is that we refuse to let this be our reality. We refuse. We refuse to stay lower class when we can be middle class. We refuse to stay middle class when we could be upper class. We refuse to let life push us around without us pushing back. We refuse to live broke. That's just not the way we operate. As we recover from this recession, the recovery is going to be slow. But as a 1K Rhino, we refuse for our recovery to be slow. We refuse for our growth to be slow. That just doesn't work for us. Now, here's what's really sad about this. This is the sad part. Most people don't even have a plan. Most people, all the money that comes in is spent. Do you know what that feels like? When your paycheck is spent before it even shows up in the bank account? That is the way that the masses of this population is operating. It comes in, it's already spent. And most people don't have a real plan for how they're going to change that in their life. You ask someone, hey, what is your plan to get out of this financial stinkhole? What is this plan to get from where you are today to where you want to be? And people, a lot of times, they think they have a plan, they act like they have a plan, but they don't really. They say stuff like, well, my plan is to get a raise or to get a promotion. But let's face it, things have changed over the past 5 or 6 years. Those opportunities have dwindled and dwindled. And you find yourself amongst an ocean of people fighting and longing for these few positions. And once you mix in all the factors that are out of your control, how much each person is getting paid, politics, seniority, all that stuff gets thrown into the mix, there's just no guarantee. There's too many variables out of your control to really consider that a solid plan for how you're going to get from where you are to where you want to be. And a lot of people, their plan is this. They say, oh, well, I'm going to go back to school. How many times have you heard that? Oh, I'm going to go back to school. I'm going to go back to school. You got those people who are never going to school but always going back. You know, really, when you look at your life, all the responsibilities that you already have, the little amount of time that you actually have left over, are you really going to go back to school? If your plan is to go back to school, but you're not going back to school, it's not a plan. And this is another thing that makes a 1K Rhino a 1K Rhino. We refuse. We refuse to not have a plan. We know exactly what it is that we want, and we have a clear and workable plan for how we plan to get what we want. It is that simple. And day by day, we see actual progress and actual results. Now, not every idea that we have is a good one. Not every plan that we pull together produces what we had hoped. But in those cases where the plan does not produce what we had hoped, we simply make better plans and execute them. It's that simple. We refuse to sit idle when we can be moving forward and up. Each of us accepts that it is my job to make me rich and it is your job to make you rich. And that there is nothing that we cannot accomplish when we find harmony in our vision and work together as one single unit. We are like the body, which is made up of thousands and millions and billions of little parts, but all come together to create this little vessel which houses our consciousness and our thoughts. It's pretty weird when you think about it in that terms, isn't it? It's like you're not even a thing. You are billions and billions of little bitty things all smashed together. And each little cell has its own little job. So each little cell does its own little job, but it creates something that is incredible and actually houses thoughts and intelligence. And then when you get to the point where you start thinking about the fact that you're thinking, you get to that point where you say, wow, we really are mysterious and marvelous creatures. And as a 1K Rhino, we refuse to let these minds go to waste. There is no one of us that has the power to raise an empire of our own, but collectively together as one unit with harmonized goals and harmonized visions, we are a force that is unstoppable. We are just like the body, each of us gathered together, each with our own specific jobs, but collectively, our own financial empire radiates from our entrails. Why? Because we say so. It's our decision. And listen to me. It's your decision in your own life. It's your call. It's your decision whether or not you're going to have a plan or whether you're not going to have a plan. Today is the day that you draw the line in the sand and say, I refuse to live life without a plan. I refuse to not have a plan for how I'm going to get what I want out of life. Today is that day. Draw the line in the sand. Listen, we all have our own skills. We all have our own weak points, our own faults, our own lives. We have our own spouses and children and jobs and schedules and social lives and responsibilities. We invite you to become a 1K Rhino today. But not just the good parts of you. Bring the entire you. Bring your flaws. Bring your weaknesses. We will overcome them. Bring your skills. We will put them to work and we will add them to the collective pool of our knowledge and expertise. Listen, life is full and we know that. We all have full lives ourselves. But we are simply too smart to not be able to figure this out. Remember, all of us are just one little cell in this Team 1K Rhino empire that we are building. If you can simply commit 60 seconds per day, we are going to show you how to take that 60 seconds and turn that 60 seconds a day into thousands of dollars a month. And I know it sounds too good to be true. To hear me say that sounds too good to be true, but I'm standing right here and we're standing right here for you to come put us to the test. There are some really incredible things going on here and we want you to be a part of. What we would like to do is invite you into our team training website. This will give you the chance to get a behind the scenes look at what we do and how we do what we do. We will also explain to you how our new team members start building residual income in just 60 seconds per day. We have videos that break things down in details and a support staff to answer any questions that you have. Access is 100% free. Simply click on the link below this video, fill out the form to create your free account. But before you do that, there's still one more thing that I need to share with you. This one thing is the backbone of Team 1K Rhinos. It is the source which our team uses to actually move money from one bank account into our bank accounts. It is this product that we have at our disposal which have our customers hunting us down day in and day out. After this brief little clip, click the link below the video and we'll see you on the inside.
You don't have to look very far to see that our country is in recovery. It hasn't been easy, and it still feels like it's going slow. Everyone is looking for a little more money each month, so they don't have to stretch so much, so they have room to breathe.
Individuals today have gotten desensitized. We're expecting there to be challenging news in front of us. The reality is individuals need to make more than what they're currently making.
Times like these are what have defined our country. Our people take a hold of the challenges before them and turn them into strength and purpose. The funny thing is, people are surrounded by money every day. It's called advertising. It's loud, it's often unwelcome, and it's a very, very big business.
Large corporations spend billions of dollars every single day trying to get you and I to buy something. The reality is I don't remember the last time I actually bought something because I saw it on a billboard.
I think it's about 2,000 advertising messages hit people every day today. It's just noise.
The mobile phone industry alone spent over $12 billion in advertising and marketing last year trying to get new customers. Yes, that's with a B. And do you know what they did with it? The story goes something like this. One of the big four mobile phone operators, like AT&T, will yell at the other three mobile phone operators' customers and say, "Come on over." Some people switch. Then another company like Verizon has to yell even louder at Sprint and Boost customers and hope that they have a change of heart. And some people do. Now Sprint has to yell even louder. Well, you get the idea. And yelling is expensive. Yelling costs a lot of money. So we asked ourselves, what if someone created a company that didn't spend money on yelling, but instead spent money on talking, on sharing? What if we took all of that money and spent all of those dollars instead on the best advertiser in the world, you? So we created Solavei, a social commerce company offering mobile service.
I believe Solavei is creating a new industry called social commerce, where we're taking what individuals do naturally every single day through a social means of sharing, and we're going to take those advertising dollars that had been spent already and shifting it to individuals instead of one or two large corporations.
First, we made it great by partnering with and using the network backbone of T-Mobile to ensure our service would have great coverage and some of the fastest speeds around.
T-Mobile's thrilled to be partnering with Solavei on this first-of-its-kind approach to wireless. T-Mobile looks forward to providing you and all the Solavei members with a great nationwide 4G experience, which is only going to get better with the aggressive investments we're making.
Then we gave it a great price of $49 a month for unlimited voice, text, and data. 4G nationwide, no contracts, full transparency, really simple. Then we made it social by creating a networked community tied into the social networks you're already connected to, so you can easily get on board and invite your friends.
We built a whole social network, standalone, so that when you're in Solavei, that you can share with your network, that you can go understand what's happening, get the latest video, exchange a high five for someone who just accomplished something. All of that is within the community itself.
The more people you share with, the more credit you get, and the more you get paid. Here's how it works. Your friends would like to save money and only pay $49 a month for unlimited voice, text, and data. If you share Solavei with 3 friends and they join, you get $20 a month. 6 friends, $40 a month. Now your phone service is only costing you $9 a month. And when those 6 friends share, this is where it gets interesting. If half of those 6 do half of what you did, now you're making a total of $150 a month. And if all 6 of your friends get only 3 people to join each, you're making $260 a month. Now you're getting free 4G unlimited voice, text, and data, plus over $200 a month in your pocket. And when your network continues to grow, you continue to make even more money. One less bill, one less worry.
Generally speaking, businesses take from the people who are its customers. Solavei sells a service and then gives people an opportunity to build their own economic value.
You put an extra couple $100 in someone's pocket right now, the way this economy's going, you free them up to do a whole lot of stuff they couldn't do. Maybe they can quit that second or third job and spend a little extra time with their kids. Maybe they can pay that rent and maybe get a bigger house or a better car that runs. That is really, really a big deal. And that's what we're focused on doing.
We don't just think this is an amazing way to get your mobile service. We think this is an amazing way of doing business.
Social networking connects people in new ways, but what people haven't turned that into is real commerce. Through Solavei, we're actually bringing a direct benefit to people, not just advertising to them, but bringing something that impacts their lives, and that changes the game.
Better than any advertisement is word of mouth, and that's why we're excited to partner with Solavei.
Solavei is a perfect example of the American ingenuity. This, to me, is a Sam Walton-esque move.
Well, when you think about the last 5 to 10 years, you've seen the growth of some astonishing companies, whether it's Google or Microsoft or Apple or eBay, Amazon, you name it. It would be wonderful if Solavei took its place with those other companies as one of the leading innovators in American business.
It is a win-win-win opportunity.
One of the great things in business is when you have 2 things come together. One is the opportunity to have a great business, but it's also the chance to do something that does good for people directly.
We believe that Solavei is the start of something big, because we're turning away from the world of yelling and advertising, because we're turning selling into sharing. We're a company that's focused on you.
With Solavei, we're putting the value on who we should, and that's people, powered by relationships.
So let's take the first step. Do what you do every day. When you really like something, share. Share it with your friends and family so that they can save too. And then all of you can share in the benefit and tremendous growth in the Solavei network. Share this video right now with others so that we can say to everyone, welcome to Solavei.